So Anne is spearheading one of our projects. We're calling it the Green Skills Hub in Kenya. I'll let her talk a bit about it.
Good evening. Good evening. Yeah, times when people are talking about you are like, are you the one they are talking about? Huh? Yeah, so my name is Anne Kamonjo, the head of greening of TVET and climate change unit at the Ministry of Education. And I deal with the youth, and in particular the youth that are in the technical and vocational fields. And I connect so well with Jacob's leader, David. We've worked a lot together. And basically what we found is that we had a convergence of what we are all doing. I like what I saw when I entered about the 30 million jobs, green jobs. And that is our expectation in 2030 or 2033 or 2032. And the question is, from where I sit, then who serves, who gets into those jobs? And as I sit at the ministry, then I realize we have to produce the skills to serve those jobs. And that's how I came into this space. And the journey has been nice, a year now. And actually, like today, I was not even sure I would really come.
It feels like a year, but it's been like what? This is September. This is 9 months. So
not even a year. Wow. So she's taken me so fast until I feel it's like a year. Yeah, and her speed is astronomical, but to the right direction. So what I do, we look at the green skills, and what we are looking at is in the formal education in our TVETs. What are we producing? What sort of workers are we producing if in the next 10 years we need 30 jobs in the green space? And the question that was on my desk was, are the graduates that are coming out ready to do that? And so what I've been doing, and with my teams and the ministry, of course, is to look at how do we structure that so that our curricula, our practice, embeds greening competencies. So that if you are an electrician, if you are an automotive person, do you understand your interaction with the environment and the environment with you? What is your impact? And when you have impacted that environment, how do you restore it? How do you rehabilitate it? How do you adapt to some of the situations we are finding ourselves in the climate crisis? And so that is what we are all about, looking at the programs and how we run the programs. And we do not need to really craft anything new. We need to look, because people are already in school. We already have our students in class. So you can't start crafting new curricula. All you need to do is look at those aspects that will be needed in the green economy, and then integrate them into what you have already. And for those students who are already out in the job market, we are reaching out to them and upskilling them. And upskilling means we make them better to serve in the economy that we are, that we are in, and actually what is the future. This is the future. Green is the future. And so we have to prepare our students for that. I've also gone further to look at what about the youth who are not in class. The NEET, they are not employed, they are not in education, they are not in training. So what do we do about them? And they are the majority, by the way. And so currently we are having a program we are calling community outreach, green community outreach. And I've gone to the farthest area in Kenya, including Mandera, Wajir. I've gone to the North Rift, and I'm like, even those herders out there, the ones that are doing cattle rustling and cattle raiding and whatever we call it at times bad names. And I've interacted with those people. I go into those forests, and I sit down with those youth. They are just like you, by the way. But they found themselves in circumstances. They did not wake up and decided to be where they are. They found a culture where at 9 years, they are released to the forest to go and herd. When we started the consultations, the 9 months you're talking about, we came in, everybody from their corner and what they are doing from their corner. The skilling people are there, like the government and the TVETs. We had the entrepreneurship people, we had the financing people, and we had consultations in different streams. And what we were trying to look at is this. you realize that just even from just what we've just shared today, people are doing so much, but nobody knows about it. And so we discovered that we need to come together, do a lot of collaborations so that we can be able to feed on one another. And we born something we call a Green Skills Hub. Now this hub, what we are trying to develop, is still in its development stage, is trying to understand, like he said something about policy, and said at times the youth don't even know what they are basing what they do on. I want to confess this. In Kenya, we have no shortage of policies. We are very good at that. And in the ministries, every ministry has wonderful policy. The Ministry of Environment has every other policy that if it was to be implemented, will solve so many problems. But now, who knows about those policies? And that's where the Green Skills Hub comes in. If it is the green jobs, how will we know from TVET what is needed for the jobs? We need to have a connection somewhere. We need to have a point of convergence. If it is entrepreneurship, the entrepreneurs, where will they know where to place their money in the green economy? They need to identify where. But the way we are currently, it's very hard. You just gamble in the dark, and at times you land on a market. And so, thanks to Jacob's ladder, is it ladder, whatever, depending on where your orientation was. Yeah, and that is the beauty, the beauty of where we come from, yeah? So we are developing that, and I believe all these minds will converge somewhere that will work a good thing out. I want to say something, he's who?
Joseph.
Joseph said about value. You can only deal and be motivated to do something if it is of value to you. If it doesn't add value, even if you have a lot of money and you put so much money, it will just take 2-3 days and you leave it because there's no motivation to do it because it is not of any value to you. You are just doing it as a business as usual. So it's important that as we even come up with these ideas, let be impactful, there'll be things that add value to other people, and addressing need gaps that are there. Let's address some need somewhere. That one will motivate you. So, and let's not do like the hyacinth because Joseph is doing it. Look at your space. What is that need that is there? Address that need. You'll always find somewhere to land. Excellent. So thank you, Sela.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for being amazing audience.